Good morning and welcome to the Hot Seat Podcast presents Football Talk Live. I'm your boy Shawn Xavier alongside the homies Earl, the storyteller. It is Sunday, September 29th. It is football Sunday, football weekend, whatever you want to call it. It's rainy, it's wet outside, but we are ready to give you guys a full hour and a half, 2 hours. We're sorry for, we showed up late. Of our unfiltered, unprofessional football analysis, picks, shenanigans, hot takes, everything else in between. Welcome back for another live episode that is now streaming on YouTube and Facebook. So we appreciate you guys. Gentlemen, how we feeling? How we feeling? How we feeling?
Feeling good, man.
How you feeling? I feel like y'all energy has to match mine. First of all, I have been up
different
since yesterday. I've been up since yesterday.
That's your fault, brother.
I've been feeling so good. I've been up since last night. I'm in smoking mode, so I had to come out of retirement for a little bit. So, fired up the smoker, and we've been doing a 10-pound, shoulder. I said me, really.
I was gonna say that.
Anybody else up? And got him going. He's been on since 10 p.m. last night. He's still on now.
He's.
Respect
to the pronouns.
Damn is cooking them.
We're not doing that. Keep that off of here.
You open it up.
Keep that off of here.
You're not gonna kill me because
I'm going down that road.
I've had my hydration throughout the night. Had my hydration.
No problem.
And now I'm just a little vodka tonic this morning.
Nice and early.
And
bro.
I am. I ain't lie. Check my Instagram stories. So anyway, but I am a creature of habit. As you can see, I'm back again with my Canes and my Commanders rocking. It's been a great week. You know what? This is how I'm feeling.
Make sure this shit clear, dog.
Well, Earl told me not to wear no more Giants gear, so I came with just Black King.
Oh, yeah. You see, I changed my background. You see, I changed my background. Matter of fact, my shirt say,
"Not today."
Not
You know
today.
why that's funny, Dave? Because that's the shit that, unfortunately, that's the shit that we do when things ain't going right. So, like, it's like in a relationship. You've been up, you posting all that, this, that, and the other. All of a sudden, as soon as y'all break up or some shit, all of a sudden, you walking around with Black King on your t-shirt. She walking around, fix your crowns and all of that. Wait. Last week,
not fix your crown, sis. Oh, man.
All these TI, reverberations putting out there, and all these other ad libs we doing.
This Negro said, "Fix your crown, sis." Yo, you an idiot.
Shit real quick.
That's real though.
Nah, that's why I'm laughing.
Shit.
That positivity went out the window quick as a bitch. I'm like, wait a minute, Black King last week you just called me a nigga.
Well, I'm a king this week, but I'm a bitch ass nigga this week.
Oh my God.
Up and down on it.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun show today, bro. Like,
yes,
I've been real for man.
Let's people.
Let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about some college football recap. You can check out the college football ticker at the bottom of the screen there. Man, it was some really good games this week. I will start off to say that catch was not a catch. He did not have the control of the ball when he landed in the end zone.
You got to tell him what you're talking about.
Glad you said it.
Yeah, I was leaning up to it. So during it was a hell of a game too. The Virginia Tech Miami game, which has been a great game since going back to I want to say the early 2000s, really early 2000s, because Virginia Tech really got popping when Vic was there back in the 90s. But it was like at the time they were up, Florida State was up, and then Miami was like, okay. But then we got to the early 2000s, and then you start seeing that rivalry back and forth with Tech and Miami. And it was live in there, man. They were playing at home, Hard Rock, and they were rocking in there. No pun intended, because Hard Rock Stadium. But I thought I thought it was closer than it should have been. Some early turnovers by the lead-in Heisman candidate Cam Ward. But he showed up in those moments, man. It gets all the way down to the last play where, again, to Dave's point all the time, do what got you there. Stop playing defensive coordinators or head coaches. Stop playing prevent defense, because you know what prevent defense does? It prevents your ass from winning that game. And it almost came down to that, man. So they playing prevent, and Ruben, what's his name? Ruben Drones. I forgot. No, I forget his last name, man. But he ends up throwing a Hail Mary to the end zone. It's about two Virginia Tech receivers there. They tall as shit too. And Miami Hurricane receivers there. It's just a big scrum. And he lands, it comes down. At the end, it shows the Miami player come out with the ball, but then the ragged ass officials initially ruled it a touchdown, which I don't know how he even came to that decision, only to come back after about 2 to 3 minutes just to say that, hey, he didn't have control of the ball. And what was making me angry was I'm watching the telecast, and these analysts was like, yeah, I don't see how you can overturn it. Sir, we watching the same thing. I got a 77-inch TV. I can clearly see that football is moving, and he didn't have control of it. Me and my son looking at it. But at the end of the day, football don't lie. Miami, number 7 in the country, 38-34 over Virginia Tech. I get Cam Ward. I know what you're saying, Earl. Cam Ward he stays the course, and he's going to walk away with that Heisman.
Think so?
I think so, because I'm gonna tell you why. Not no shade to Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter should win it, but you know how they always do. If it's close and there's a quarterback and a receiver, like the thing that would keep, I think, Travis Hunter from winning it is if they have a great season, they have a really good season. I think even if Colorado don't end up in the playoff, which I don't think they will, but let's say they end up with maybe 2-3 losses, like much better than last year, I think he has a better chance to it. But if they end up with like a 500 season, even though he has astronomical numbers, I think he'll end up getting whatever that wide receiver award right below Heisman. I think that's what.
Let me tell you something. Not to cut you. Let me tell you something.
I'm just saying.
I don't give it. First of all, Colorado is already at their number of wins, at the same number of wins that they had last year. This year.
Yeah.
Right? So right now they should be going to a bowl game. They got 2 more wins in the bowl game. So if they go to a bowl, or when they go to a bowl game, that's a win for Deion already. All right. Yeah. Let's start there. Second, I hear you. I like Cam. Don't get me wrong. I do like Cam. I really do. Like, if the Giants fuck this shit up, don't fuck it up. These draft picks. If we have Dabols in them still there, which I'm hoping we do, they're gonna pick a black quarterback the first time in history. It's gonna be 1-0. But I almost call him one of the Sanders because I feel like he's part of the family.
Pretty much is.
Yeah. This man plays 130 snaps a game, though. Like,
right.
There's nobody that has ever done that and that's doing that. And not even that. Like, he's not a decoy. Like, he's not a decoy. This motherfucker is productive on both sides. You understand? Like, he's damn near averaging. Actually, he's averaging 100 yards, receiving yards a game. Yesterday was the first time that he didn't get that. Oh, I'm sorry. He only got 88, 89. But then he gets damn near almost a TD a game and almost an interception a game. Who the fuck? I don't give a fuck if motherfuckers are throwing 600-700 yards.
Bruh,
he's doing this shit. I'm sorry. I mean, it's Sunday, bro. Like, he's doing
that made it worse. Him saying that.
He's doing this on both sides of the ball, bro. Like, he's elite on both sides. Like, if he gets robbed, it's because, like you just said, but he's more if the shit ended right here, I don't give a fuck if they stop winning and all they have is 4 wins.
Passionate,
like, nah, because I'm being dead ass. It's like, you can't deny this man. He's a once in a lifetime type talent.
No, he is, and that's why
Deion wasn't doing this shit.
I think he should get it as well. But I was just going to the fact is, how they do this award. they end up giving it to a quarter. It's a quarterback award. It's just like the freaking MVP in the NFL.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying now.
I agree.
So what I think is happening, like if they have some crazy big wins, something like that, I think that will help his cause, especially if they go up against I gotta look at their schedule. What's their biggest I know they got to play in conference. Well, that ain't even a conference no more. So I don't know who the hell do they play at this point? Are they playing Oregon this year? Oregon, USC, one of those guys, one of those I would think nationally televised.
I don't think so.
They're
both in Big Ten,
right? Yeah, so it's weird. See if you can pull up their schedule, Earl. See what
we went over it last night. Like Texas Tech is one of their games. They got 2 other games of ranked teams, I believe.
Got you.
But they're not like
his cause. But like I say, he's up against, he's not even up against another player. He's up against another program. If they continue to win, that's what end up. That's all I'm saying.
Let me touch on this.
Anything, he'll get a Biletnikoff.
I definitely want to touch on this.
Yeah.
If he continues to play anywhere near what he's doing right now, there's absolutely no doubt that he is the Heisman winner. I don't care if you want to call it the court. Yeah. I don't care if you want to call it the quarterback award or not, which it is.
Right.
But like Earl just said, we've never seen nothing like it.
Nothing.
To the point where somebody is so elite on both sides of the ball.
Right.
Not good. And like he said, not a decoy. Elite.
Yeah.
So where you're sitting back and when he goes into the draft, you're like, where do I want to put him? and I hope he chooses the way of the wide receiver wise and then plays some cornerback because of the money aspect.
Right.
Just to get his dough. But I'm telling you, if they go any type of way, barring injury or something like that, if they try to hold it to the fact of Colorado's record, but he's still playing the way he's playing right now, come on, bro. Because you can still lose a game and he's averaging an interception and getting a touchdown.
So
I'm like, if you put it to that, then you really got to explain yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, I put it this way, right? Diehard Giants fan. We need a quarterback. Let me explain something to you. If they say I'm a 4-goal quarterback right now and pick Travis, I'm not upset. Because we got a once in a lifetime. Like there's Odell Beckham, Saquon. He's like a LT. He's a LT type of talent.
I'll say this, Earl. If y'all mess around, and I think that's a great move because then get a veteran quarterback at that point, and then draft. I don't know what you do. You got Malik on one side.
I'll give a phone call to Eli and say, "Look, you ain't doing Hall of Fame this year. We need you.
Just come back out here, bro. We
got
a line. We got a line, dog. We got a line.
And Travis Hunter on the other side.
Feel it, just go down. Just do what you did. Go down.
That is a nightmare for every Neighbors and Travis Hunter on the same field at the same time.
And we do the cornerback also.
Yeah, right. Like it's okay. Keep it moving right along.
But the reason why I say that is because of what you just said.
Yeah,
he's gonna have teams thinking like, yeah, we were going into the draft looking at this, but
we cannot.
And that's what I'm saying about him. Him is gonna be very good, I believe. Yeah. Just like I believe people slept on Penix Jr. But there's something different about this guy, man. He's like totally different.
Right there, Dave. So you that's a great, and we're talking about college right now. And we still, it all flows. Let's say, and it's not gonna be popular, so don't bite my head off when I say this. Super Paul, shut up. Let's say something happens to where you guys like we're gonna go with Travis Hunter. And Atlanta's like, hey, Atlanta say we're gonna move over to Michael Penix. And the Giants were like, we'll take Kirk for a year. Would y'all be happy with that?
You fucking right.
Yes.
What?
Well, I was saying, how people feel about,
you see who the fuck we got right now, bro?
Yes. Yes.
I'll take one of these high school kids.
I think you could have answered that question yourself. But we'll stay in college.
Feel a certain type of way, man. Like, people feel a certain type of way. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So let's keep going on with the college football. So then now at the same time, we're watching Colorado. That catch that Travis Hunter made, that interception was crazy because he closed and dove for that. The telecast was like a superhuman interception. I was like, you ain't never lied, bro. You ain't never lied at all. A couple other games there. How you feeling about your Michigan Wolverines, man? 27-24 over
I don't know how
Minnesota.
you watch them. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, man, look, it's football, bro.
Number one, he's a Rutgers fan. Keep it going.
I'm sorry, but Rutgers is actually excited. We got a quarterback that can throw the ball.
Keep it going.
Look,
he has nothing you can say about Rutgers, but go ahead. Continue on with Michigan.
We 4-0.
So 10-18, 86 yards for your man Orgy there. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Mullings, 24 carries, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Look, man, they're playing classic Jim Harbaugh, Michigan style football.
No,
am I wrong? Outside of some of the, you want some more quarterbacking stuff like that, but they're playing smash mouth defense. They did give up 21 points in the fourth quarter, which I didn't like that part.
So I'm gonna tell you where you're wrong at, and respectfully, I know exactly where you're going as far as the ground and pound game. That is what Harbaugh does. What he doesn't do is the bad scheme of that ground and pound game.
That part, and
it's very bad play calling, even though you're a one-dimensional team that just runs the ball. So I don't know. Are you on mute?
Nope, I'm here. You hear me?
Oh, so that's what throws me off about what they're doing right now. I'm glad that they found out that, hey, this is what we have to do because we have a quarterback that can't throw the ball, which is already crazy to me. Don't forget, I said to y'all before the season even started, shoot, just off the strength of what I had seen the year before when he was coming in the game. And then, shoot, they got him in NCAA football the right way because he can't throw in the game either. So I told y'all before the season, I said, yo, it's going to be a struggle because a lot of these people don't want to come here now because it was the Harbaugh effect that they were coming to. And then also, when you see how this coaching is, realize, yes, he won those games when Harbaugh was out. But that was Harbaugh's team. It was already put together. The schemes were already put together. The layout was already there, the blueprint. This is not his team. You have 2 real good running backs still. Okay. You don't really have wide receivers. You got a very talented tight end that's coming off an injury. The line is not the same offensive line. And then on defense, I told you that we're dealing with, Wink being there, which he has to transition into the college game because if you know Wink, over 80% of the time, he's just blitzing. And you can't do that the whole time, especially in a conference like the Big Ten. So when you're dealing with that, and we got Will Anderson on the other side, cornerback-wise, Mason Graham, number 55, he's real good. So we got some players on the defensive side there, but still not stout like we normally are. So it's a totally different layout for Michigan. So yes, they do have to run the ball, but the schemes and the calls that he puts out there, it's horrible, bro. And if you saw that second half, oh my God. And this is where I go into, you know what? If you got it ready up, you know what? Forget that. Tag me in. Just tag me in. we getting this.
Tag me in, motherfucker. Tag me in.
Shit. Coaching is a skill. We talk about it all the time. Coaching is a skill.
I'm a coach.
But the elite coaches, there's good coaches, but the elite ones know how to roll and change on the fly. Meaning when they go in at halftime, they change it up. They change that scheme.
Facts.
That's the elite coaches. You saw numerous times yesterday. Numerous times. When you saw that, and I know we're going to get to it, but that Alabama game, how things changed.
Yeah, don't go too far on that. Yeah, we're going to get in that. Yeah, we're going to get into that.
But we're going to talk about that. But I'm saying when you see a whole team come out with a totally different scheme because they see the game plan that they came in with is not working at all, that's elite coaching because you can work on the fly. When you come out the total opposite way, where, okay, this is working, but you think the other coach is not going to go in at halftime and change up things and you don't change with it. In fact, not only do you not change with it, you change it up and go into prevent and containment and playing it safe just to hopefully win the game. That's what Michigan did yesterday. Yeah, that's what it did.
Absolutely.
That's what they did. And that pisses me off. So The one thing that I do give a thumbs up on, at least at the end of the game when they came and interviewed the coach for Michigan, at least he wasn't seeming like he was happy about the win because there was nothing to be happy about. There was absolutely nothing. You survived. That is exactly what you did. You survived. So I don't know what y'all thought.
I ain't watched that game. I refuse.
I saw it, and it was exactly what he said. It literally was what he said at the end of the day. Moving right to that.
Oh, hey, real quick, because I didn't get to take when you were saying it. Just to go back on that Miami game real quick, and I know you're a Miami fan, but I did speak with Earl. The thing that messes a lot of things up about that last call, and that's where that big question mark is going to pop up. When you make that call on the field, the only way it can be overturned, whether you believe he caught it or not, the only way it can be overturned is if you have irrefutable evidence to overturn it.
Right.
And when you sit back and you look at that play, you can go both ways. I saw the guy that was out. I saw when he initially caught it at the jump. I saw when he was rolling down and then it started.
It was weird, man.
And the shots that they had wasn't clear as day. You saw clear as day at the very end when it came out.
Yeah.
But possession-wise, and that's why I'm like, officials got to be real careful how sometimes they do the safe way. Hey, just call it so we can look it over.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, really use your skill out there, because remember, you're not supposed to be able to overturn it unless it's irrefutable evidence. And I'm telling you, even the ref that was doing the analyzing on the broadcast, he was like, look, I don't know if he caught it or not, but I don't see enough evidence to overturn
because
it.
You called it a touchdown.
And they really take that safe bet. So that's why I'm saying to you, I don't know if he caught it or not. It was really that close. But the way that they call it on the field, I don't know if I saw enough to overturn it. And that's where they really gotta, take their job into effect and not just throw things out there just cause.
It was
like, if you don't think he caught it, then hey.
When they called the touchdown on the field initially, I'm like, how did you come up with that?
And did you see the pause on it? It wasn't like
I'm like, what are you talking? So when they did that, I'm like, oh man, they are going. One, I was pissed at that point because Miami allowed them to get to that point. So I'm like, yo, we about to lose this. But if we lose it, we deserve to lose it. But then
you don't think he caught it, call it a no catch, and then if you want
to, there you go. But then I'm looking at it on TV, and I'm like, and I can, to me, from looking at it, hell, I was doing my own still shot. I'm going back in the DVR. I'm like, no, that's out. It's out. But they called it that way. So yeah, to your point, you got to be better, refs. And then you start throwing into the bias and okay, this is a ranked team against an unranked team, and then you start thinking about the Vegas. Don't think about this stuff. Let's
just like on the Michigan thing, the whole thing on the repping thing. Yep. I'm a Michigan fan, bruh. They recovered that onside kick at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Don't sit back and do that offside joint. Even when you see it in real time, you're like, come on, bruh. Who's paying you? Who's paying you for Michigan? Go ahead.
Let's jump right over to the Alabama-Georgia game, which was a hell of a freaking game. Alabama ended up winning 41-34, but at the beginning, Alabama was blowing Georgia out. They were blowing them out, and then you saw shots of Nick Saban and such. The next thing you know, you saw Georgia marching down the field and it's play after play, and man, it was so much busted coverage in this game by these corners, bro. This is why this is why there's a very, 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 very small crop of elite corners that come out to the NFL, because these cats were leaving players. Now, again, at the same time, I understand they're kids at the end of the day. I know some of them may be 19, 20, 21-year-old, but they're still kids. They come out of high school. So now you're playing against the best high school players in the world. You're not grown men. You don't have the tutelage or the training or none of that stuff yet. But man, this should have been, Alabama should have ran away with this, but credit Georgia. To your point, Georgia went in and said, hey, bro, we're going to change all this up. And they blitzed Alabama in the second half, and they got really, really close. And I'll get you guys take first before we go to the second part of this. What you guys say from the game? I watched it. It was a great game, man.
Go ahead, Earl.
Alabama They came. I was actually happy with Milrose's play. He was throwing the
Once.
ball. Yeah, he was throwing the ball. He looked like a quarterback
He
last
does.
night.
He does.
Throwing the ball. He actually played good. They came out smoking. Like it looked like men amongst boys that first quarter because it was up 21-0 that first quarter.
I want to take back some of those texts. I was like, all right.
Yeah, that young boy, the 17-year-old, he's real
We
good.
don't get to that part yet. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that in a minute.
All right. But yeah, I was a little pissed that they weren't running the ball. It was like they was trying to run it up. So it was like they was trying to get like these big home run hits and just keep throwing. And I'm like, yo, like, you got to balance it out, like run the ball. And they got away from that because what's my man 26? He only had like 9. I forget my man's name, but he had like 9 yards or something like that. And I think he had less than that because he lost a couple at the end. So it was like I think Miller. But yeah, that was my only issue because there was nowhere in the world that they should have came back. Like if they ran that ball more, you would have ate at the clock. And it was just like, nah, we're gonna throw it. When it was 21-33, I'm like, yo, they just scored.
At one point, it's 28-0. 28-0.
Yeah. But I'm just like, yo, 21-33. It's the fourth quarter. They just scored. You could tell that the momentum is on their side.
Right.
Yo, eat at the clock, dog. But y'all was like, they was looking at it like, nah, we own these cats. Then it was a 4th and 1, and I was like, yo, please tell me you're not going for this. So he did. But it looked like he was thinking about it. So it was a good game. On Georgia's side, that offensive line is big, and they're one of the. I think they have like one of the biggest offensive lines. I think them in USC. But when I tell you the way that Alabama was working them out, like Alabama was working them out. Also Beck, he don't have an arm like that because the amount of underthrows that he did was crazy. Even the ones that he like them big plays, like they were all underthrown. Like the receiver had to like stop, push off a little bit so that they could catch it. Like, so I don't know. I'm not sold on Beck.
Typical Georgia quarterback. Matthew Stafford aside, he's the typical Georgia quarterback. What was the one that was there forever in the day that now in the league, but he's a backup. That when they won the national championship last.
Bennett.
To get the quarterback name out to pull him up. Something like that. His name is or something like
Stetson
that.
Bennett.
Is that his name?
Stetson
Bennett. My bad. Yeah. He won't nothing. He was just there. He was a field manager in the purest of definition. What you got, Earl? Dave. What you got?
So I'm gonna pick up where Earl stopped. You know what? Let me just go back to one thing. This was what I was talking about before as far as the coaching. Came in the game, right plan. Somebody went into halftime, came out, and said, look, let's start from the beginning. This is what it is. So that's the coaching side of it. Second part of that is, my God, these top teams. Defense? Do we play defense much? Like, let's figure out something. If you know you got receivers that can easily beat you, you lay off a little bit with that pressing and everything else like that. Just lay off a little bit. But to the sense of where he left off with Beck, this is a classic case of somebody that plays on a very good team that is surrounded by very good players and being propped up and gets led into that season as Heisman hopeful. And you're like, this person could be good. But once again, are you the best player, not only at that position, but in the league? That's what Heisman is. Not just one of the best at that position, but in the league. When we've been talking about quarterbacks, and you heard it all the time coming into this year, Heisman hopefuls, You know about Urs over in Texas. You knew about Shador. You hear about Beck. I think there was one other guy that's out there. I forgot what school as far as quarterback. They weren't even talking about Cam. So I'm not even putting them in that mix, even though he's in that mix now. But there was like 4 of them that they were talking about.
And Milrose.
Well,
no, he was in there.
He wasn't really in the Heisman preseason talk.
Yeah.
But there was like 4 men. Yeah.
My
thing is, how do you get here?
Yeah.
Just how do you get here? Because when I look at Beck, and I told Earl this yesterday, the amount of throws that even when the people caught it, it was so underthrown.
Yeah.
In my mind, all I was seeing was Daniel Jones, bro. It was pissing me off to watch him play.
He still had over 400 yards.
And the reason why it was pissing me off is because I'm sitting back and I'm like, he's going to be one of those top touted quarterbacks no matter what. And watch the Giants go get this guy. And that's all I was thinking in my head. And I was like, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the mechanics right here. You get that pressure on them, getting real shaky there. Forget stats. People can put up stats. But I'm telling you, you can be it could be the ultimate equation of all the people around you. They got stellar players around them. But you can tell, like, for example, you can tell, even though Travis Hunter is off the chain, you can tell Shador puts it there.
Oh, yeah.
Each and every time.
Absolutely.
There's not even a question. You see what I'm saying? Even though Miami has this ultimate wide receiver breakdown, you can tell Cam puts it there. And you can tell he's not messed up mentally when they're down and when they're in the clutch situation. That's the stuff that I look at. Not even just stats. That's the stuff. When I look at him, I'm like, but this is I should be able to look at a Heisman hopeful and go, I see what they're talking about. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just want people to realize there's a difference between people being on a very good team, they're putting up stats, and an elite player that should be considered for the Heisman.
Yeah, that's pretty much
that should be considered for the Heisman. So that's my take from that side of things.
So let's talk about somebody who is an elite player. Dear Lord, I wish I could have coached this young man. Ryan Williams. If you don't know who Ryan Williams is, he's the 17-year-old wide receiver for Alabama. In the game, this is his stats right now on the season.
He was doing this shit in high school. Like
462 yards. You're right. He's 17, bro. About to be 18. He had 177 yards in this game. That last catch he caught, you talking about just working he worked the hell out of both of those corners. Now, again, they were playing poor technique, but for him to catch the ball, and he caught it with his body. He didn't catch it with his hands, caught it with his body. And even then, he has all of the measurables at 17 already. So when they show like the slowdown of him catching that pass, and, a big thing in the combine is they're looking at your hand size, whether it's quarterback, receiver, something like that. That's what it is. But man, he's a grown man out there at 17. And he working the shit out of those corners. And already he's at almost 500 yards just on 3 games a season, 4 games a season.
Mm-hmm.
Their best 17? 17.
He's a grown-ass man out there.
Grown-ass man out there. And he's playing on a team that he's got a quarterback that's getting them the ball. He's showing up in big games. I mean, there's not a bigger game for them than that game that they had last night, bro. When they get to the playoffs, of course, that's going to be an even bigger national stage. But you talking about a coming out party if you ain't already know. Because last week we talked about him really quickly. Last night, he showed his old ass, bro. So salute to that young man. Salute to him, man. That's great. Another young man, who's having a great season. Is very small sample size, but he comes from a lineage of something else, man. Goddamn,
man,
bro. First of all, let me say this right now. You college kids, and it's gonna fall on deaf ears. Get these agents to a certain extent. Get your parents and these coaches who are only thinking about themselves out of your ear. What I mean by that, Ewers, who transferred over to Texas. If you remember, he was in Ohio State. He transferred from Ohio State because one, either he couldn't or he didn't want to compete for that job with CJ Stroud. Okay. If you stay there, if he had stayed there, CJ Stroud would have did his thing. But if Ewers had stayed there, he would at least had at least one season throwing to now NFL standout receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. That's what Ewers would have been. He would have been throwing to him. But nope, he decided, no, I'm going to transfer over to Texas. Unfortunately, he got injured. And I don't know if he read the room. There was a Manning in that quarterback room with you. The fuck you thought was going to happen? The moment that door creaked open, Arch Manning kicked that shit in. And now the game below. So far, this is his stats so far. So the first game he played in Colorado State, only 5 for 6, 95 yards. I believe that was the game that Ewers got hurt, if I'm correct. Then you got UTSA, 56-7, 9 of 12, 223. 223 just on 12 attempts. Then you got ULM from last week, 15 of 29, 258. And then Mississippi State yesterday, 26 of 31 for 324 yards. Outside of the ULM game, he has passed for at least completion percentage, 75%. Only 2 touchdowns. That was against ULM. And he got wheels.
But this is the thing. It's this.
Right.
It's this. Right. See, I don't just pay attention to lineage. I pay attention to the mental side if that was handed down. Facts. You get what I mean? Especially at that quarterback position. And similar to Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yep.
That's his dad right there. Like that is they are them. Keep it in the pronoun.
They're a bunch of Himothy's and things. Yeah. They are them.
But,
I like
that. But Arch Manning, listen.
Yeah.
Problem, bro. Problem. And I'm sitting back, and let's go back to the beginning of this podcast.
That's Cooper's boy right there.
Let's say we sat back and said, you know what? Travis Hunter is available. Let's go get him. Oh, yeah, I'll take Kirk for a year. By the way, Kirk, you only gonna be here for a year.
4 years.
Because we're going to get Archie. We
already spoke with the family. And if you don't know about the man and family, he's coming here.
You can be in your feelings if you want to. I need you to work through that.
Yeah, he's that good.
He really is, man. And we knew what he was. Well, we thought, it's for the arm talent and the smarts. But man, when he ran that read option, last week, and them wheels showed, I'm like, oh, ain't no man that ever showed us this. And again, for those who don't follow football, his father, who was Cooper Manning, it's been said he's the most athletic of the Manning boys. So he got that athleticism from his dad. So you got the smarts.
That ain't hard.
Yeah, true. You got the smarts of your uncle Peyton Manning, which is probably one of the most cerebral quarterbacks ever. It's crazy. Then you got the arm clutch gene there
from Eli,
and then you got the wheels, and then your grandfather, genes. Like, how do you get this type of stuff? Like, you just out there, like, I need
hell of a makeup.
Drink out the same cup. I need you to eat the same meals, all that shit.
Just find out if he got kids when he gets kids, because I'm just gonna go get an autograph early.
Facts. And
don't mind me. I just need an autograph real quick.
Yeah, they all got regular ass names. You got Cooper Manning. So you know me. I don't trust nobody with 2 last names, but that's why he didn't make it to the league, I guess. You got Arch Manning. They only give him a whole name, just give him Arch. It ain't Archie. I think it's just Arch. I don't think it's short for Archie. You got Peyton.
Yeah,
all right,
Arch,
cool.
Yeah.
And then you got Eli. Eli's Eli. I love Eli. Yeah. I wonder if he's as funny as his uncles, though.
Yeah, because and people Eli's hilarious.
Absolutely.
Hilarious. Listen, just off of that that one skit that he does. I don't know if y'all saw when he's on the field.
Oh yeah,
when talking about Brady.
Yeah, the site. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, but it was a great weekend, man. Some really good games in college football this weekend. I'm excited to see all these upcoming games. Despite my almost minor heart attack. Shout out to Ole Miss for getting their ass losing against University of Kentucky, who's a basketball program. That's salute. A couple other a couple others when there. Of course,
Damn, you meant that.
I did.
That came from the depths of your soul.
We got some looming games though, man. I'm eager to see that matchup between Ohio State and Michigan to see how that goes. Ohio State beat the brakes off of Michigan State. Sorry, Gary. Arizona, up in
I
the
don't want to see that goddamn game.
There's a lot of top 10, a lot of top 25 teams that lost today. And shout out to everybody who stayed up with me while I was smoking this shoulder last night, watching that long ass late Oregon UCLA game. Bruh, it is a struggle watching. I know we watch Colorado games, but even the Colorado games don't feel as late as watching a UCLA Oregon game. It's 1:30 and they just started the fourth quarter. I look at Jay and I'm like, wait a minute, is this a replay? Nope, this is live. What the hell are we doing, man? So, but again, man, I love this type of year. That's why we do this. I love this type of. This is a Hot Seat Podcast. This is Football Talk live with the homie Shawn Xavier and Earl, storyteller. Earl, we gotta get you a nickname. I'm just saying. Let's get into some.
My childhood buddies call me Fat Boy, so
I'm not calling you fat boy. First of all, I'm not about to have nobody. I'm just like stop fat shaming. I don't know. Stop DMing me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Let's get into some NFL football.
Yeah, my mother and them called me Little Earl. Ain't that some shit?
I can't call you that.
Little Earl. Little Earl.
It's like little what's the name? Like Little Bill. Is that like saying no? Let's go to the Thursday night recap for NFL football, which completely pissed me off. I didn't say much, but it did really piss me off, and it's not my primary team. Yes, Earl, I'm a Giants fan, but I don't be set tripping. I am a Washington Commanders football Redskins.
We ain't doing this.
Don't do that bullshit.
We are not doing this.
I wouldn't even claim them. I wouldn't even claim them as my secondary.
Thursday night football, Cowboys at Giants. 20.
I was there.
Yeah, I know. Earl was in the place, man. Earl was texting back with us. Hey, you know what I like about that, Earl? Because we were talking back and forth in the chat, and we were saying stuff, and you weren't even snapping back at us. You were like,
no, it wasn't no need.
You're right, yo. You're right. I know y'all don't see everything. It's hard to see everything. It's the same thing at home. What we see on TV, we don't see what's in the stadium and vice versa. So some of the stuff we were seeing here, and I forgot one of the things that either me or Kel said, and you were like, he's like, yo, I agree with that. I like because some of the decisions, and I'm gonna give it over to you guys. And this is why, and I know y'all love them, but this is why I believe that unless they had an exceptional season, Dayball gonna get fired. This is beyond talent. Some of the decisions that's made in the game, I'm like, bro, what you doing? This even goes back to the game when they played against the Commanders. Why the hell did you not call up a kicker when you know your primary kicker had a groin injury? Did the Maras say, hey man, hey, don't call up the guy off the practice squad. We can go without a kicker. I doubt he did that. So Dayball, you fucking up. And two, go back a little bit. He had some of these questionable decisions in Buffalo, just let you know. But he had a couple of plays that they went to when they got to that fourth down. They decided to go for the field goal instead of going for it. Even though prior to that, you had went for it before. It was weird. Some of the clock management was a problem, considering that the Giants had the ball for 35 minutes. And two, the play calling from the running aspect. The Cowboys cannot defend the run. That does not mean they can't do it sometimes. They called the most blandest inside handoffs to Devin Singletary that bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? What do we take it now? Go ahead. You got it.
Yes, Dable has had some questionable decision making, right? That I think the biggest one was not bringing up the kicker when we had a spot on the team.
Right.
But I'm not going to give him too much heat because he's actually calling some pretty good games. The problem that I have, yes, I do agree. They wasn't running. I don't know why they wasn't running. But here's the other aspect of it. The Giants been having a fumbling problem with these running backs.
Should I go back to Tiki?
And I'm not even talking.
Tiki.
I'm not even just talking about. I'm not even just talking about Singletary. Like,
nope,
Tracy has fumbled.
Robinson.
Like, they've been having a fumbling issue.
They don't even carry it.
Yeah. So I think that kind of leans into it a little bit. But yeah, I do feel like you have to run. I mean, you got to run the ball, especially with somebody named Daniel Jones. You have to run the ball because these little short dumps, and like imagine paying all of this money to go to the Giants versus Cowboys, your arch nemesis, and you're looking at these dumps, these little 5-yard dumps, or like, and then which I didn't see. This is the aspect that y'all didn't see in the game.
Get to it.
Is that if you saw how open these players, these wide receivers was, and I'm not even talking about Malik. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Theo Johnson was wide open. Slayton, the one where he threw it to Malik on the edge.
Right.
Slayton was wide open, bro, for like a 20-yard. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But that goes back into what I was telling Dave is like, dude is just playing it safe. Like, he don't trust himself. So therefore he only trusts the people that he knows is going to make his stats look decent, but it's a mirage. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. So I got you coming in, but I don't think Dayball leaves yet. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to give him one shot because I think it's blatant right now that they understand that the quarterback is the situation. Like with Eric, Shawn, Dave sent me something the other day, and he's dead on the money. I think Kyle Hurd or somebody was like, if you take
Colin Coward.
If you take him out, Daniel Jones out, and insert him with somebody else, we got a playoff team. Because we can't. Because if you think about it, have you heard the offensive line being criticized one time?
No,
because they're not the problem.
No,
you know what I'm saying? They're not the problem. Even the defense now has the defense taking some time. Yeah, and I wish that Bowen would throw up more blitz like he did against the Browns, but he needs to insert some more blitz packages in there. But you know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at them. But my bad. Go ahead.
I'm with you, and I want to get it over to. We're gonna start something. Probably in our ongoing episode. So one thing that I do, because I love football, because I know Earl's about to say something. So I do watch. You can, and any fan can do this. If it's just up to you if you know what you're looking at. You can actually subscribe to NFL Plus and all these guys there, which is more than watching games. You get access to film like the All 22.
We're not getting paid by them.
Yeah, we're not. But I do watch the All 22, and I watched the All 22 of that Giants game. I watch them of a lot of teams. So a lot of times when you're watching at home, you see, that's a good play that that he did. He threw to Slayton, he threw to Neighbors. But when you watch the All 22, and what that is, it gives you the overhead shot of all 22 players on the field, and you see, to Earl's point, he is wide hell
open. And when he throws it when the DBs get there.
Right. So and that's another issue so I don't know if he's coached it out. He just doesn't know. Same thing. And I'll give it over to you, Dave, to Jalen Hurts. Everybody's like, oh man, look at what Jalen was doing. He ran 15, 20 yards. That was not the play. The play was for you to go here. You decided to bail on a clean pocket. Yeah. On TV, the telecast was like, he got 10, 12, 15 yards. Yeah, but you could have got 30 if you had stayed there for another second and threw to a wide open, tight end. But go ahead, Dave. What you got?
So,
see him upset right there.
Take your time, man. Take your time.
I got to.
Take your time, bro.
This was a game that I had two sides on.
Okay.
Number one, I'll say the happy side of things. Neighbors is a beast. He's official.
Grown ass man.
And if anybody puts even that last drop that he had a concussion on, by the way, like the other drop on the fourth down against Washington and stuff like that.
Right.
What I see more than the drop is he has to be perfect for us to win.
Got that right.
That lets you know that the quarterback position is a problem.
He
has to be perfect.
I'm gonna just do your
for us to win.
Major problems.
Okay. So that's a problem number one. Defensive line, like Earl said, I wish we ran some different schemes and packages, even fake blitzing packages, because that defensive line is stout.
It sure is.
And I'm fine with some of the linebacking. I need help in the secondary. I was telling Earl that Banks looks like sometimes when he's up against somebody of that bigger status that he's basically holding them on like every other play. He gets in a jittery type of sense.
He playing like a boss. It's cool. Yeah.
So definitely need to look at a cornerback for next year. But hands down, Daniel Jones is the problem. I wish our offensive line was a little bit better on the run blocking. They're good on the pass blocking.
Leave them alone.
Better on the run blocking. But this is a plug and play thing because we're getting better because we went from hell. At least we're on ground level now.
Yeah, that's right. One step at a time. One step at a time.
So I see the upgrade there. Wan'Dale Robinson is a problem. He needs to hold the ball better, but he's a problem.
Motherfucking problem.
Okay. I wish that they would figure out if they just want to use Jalen Hyatt or just
we all do. We all do.
I mean, I don't know what it is. He was still in college and just but I was about to go there. So
I'm just doing your ad libs. You ain't got to respond to me. I'm just doing your ad libs.
Hyatt is a streak player, like going down, right? But Daniel Jones cannot throw the ball.
Say that again.
Yeah.
And when I say he can't throw the ball, let's go back to your schemes that you were talking about.
Talk about it.
Even on the play that he completed to Neighbors, the big play when Neighbors was wide open, made the cornerback damn near fall and got open, and everybody's like, "Oh, huge pass!" Did you see how high loft that pass was?
Yes.
When it could have been shot right to him for him to have a chance to turn around and then run for the touchdown. He only had one player to beat, but because it was a lob on a wide open play, it gave that safety time to get over there and have a chance to tackle him. So people see the stats and they go, "Oh, great play, big play." No, I saw what you missed.
Not me.
What you
not I.
Was that the play? Was that the fourth down play they ran to third or fourth down? It was, I think it was to Slayton, and it was on the right side. And the ball he threw, he had to turn back inside to grab it. But if he actually throws it to the outside, he gets the first down.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I'm like, I saw the ball placement was like, come on, bro. Like, you gotta be better.
If you go back, just like you were saying, the NFL Plus thing, I sent Earl something that it's a guy just breaking down different plays, just breaking it all the way down, more than what you just see.
Right.
And he broke down at least 8 plays.
Yep.
At least 8. When you start seeing our receivers get wide open, not a little bit open, wide open. Yeah. And either he doesn't even look that way because he only looks at one receiver.
That's it. Just one.
Or he looks that way, he throws it, and it's so much underthrown that it makes it look like, oh, the receiver wasn't open. No, they were.
No, they were.
they were open. Right. Slayton's fast. Neighbors is fast. You put Hyatt in, he's fast. Wan'Dale Robinson, his agility, he can get out of any situation. You have people out there. You don't have the quarterback to do it.
Nope.
Period. Yeah. That's it. So what also this guy has said that I agree with, and that's what gives me hope, is the fact that I believe Dayball and them are going to get at least one more year. And the reason why is this.
I believe so too.
This is the reason why. The Giants right now are put together just like the early Bills were before they got Josh Allen. That is exactly what it is. The defense is being put together in a certain scheme. The offense have one main guy, and then you got pieces around them. Devin Singletary played there. So these pieces are there the way that they want them. Wan'Dale Robinson is the prototype of what Dayball likes. Neighbors is that key receiver and things like that. They're trying to get the line together. But remember the Bills before Josh Allen? And then Josh Allen got there, and then Dayball got to work with them, and then you saw him change after that first year. That's what they're looking for. They thought they could do that with with Jones, but remember, he didn't pick Jones. He got thrown into that situation.
Sure did.
So that's why I say in that sense, I see hope, but I'm telling you, it may seem like we're just ranking down on this one guy. We are.
Yeah, I'm about to say we absolutely are.
We are.
Now,
that is what it is.
Then let's go to the other side, because as we saw what we saw on the Giants side, 20-15, the Giants did not score a touchdown. How crazy is that? That was like deja vu, considering that they played a game against the Commanders. Yeah, that's clear. Let's go to the Cowboys side, because we ain't gonna let's let that slide.
They're not it.
The stats will look good.
Cowboys fans should not be happy.
The stats will look good, and you can't blame it all on Dak, but at the same time, you're the quarterback, and this has been the case for all 6-7 years you've been there, 8 years maybe. Yeah, that team is not good, bro. But
they're not put together the right way either. They cause their own harm.
They are not. They have a shitty running back room. I don't even know why the hell Zeke is even there anymore. He just looked like when they gave it to him, and
Zeke don't know why he there. You ever see him on the sideline right now?
Right.
Zeke standing there yo, cool.
Take me back to
if I can ride this out for another year. So.
Right. Take me back to the Zeke who was out there with the half jersey on when he was running like an animal. Now he just tucked his jersey in. I don't like the Zeke. I need the half jersey Zeke. That's all I'm saying. With the crop top. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Nah.
We ain't doing it.
I don't. The defense don't look. They are built. They are, to your point, they are built wrong. They don't have. They don't have it. That's probably my brother in there. They don't have any style. I know he's talking. I know he upset right now.
No, man.
That's horrible. They are America's team because of the marketing genius that is Jerry Jones.
He is the marketing genius.
Being a successful team, they are built backwards, and their window, in my opinion, has closed. There is no reason, with all the faults that you guys just laid out for the Giants, that the Cowboys shouldn't have ran in there and just skull drug them. You would a 5-point game, which the Giants probably still could have won. If you look at a couple plays, they did not even hit a touchdown, and you only put up 20 points. Now the defense in New York is really solid. I will say that.
George's last comment.
Yeah. They did. Yeah. They would take them.
Oh, absolutely. Sure would.
No. I'm talking about the last one. You don't see it. There you go.
Yeah, that there, and he is. Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm gonna go back to the first one though. Okay. And this is why I'm not blaming Dak and their standpoint when they do what they do, but as a quarterback, your team follows your energy, your vibe. If you look at all the outside of your Trent Dilfers in Baltimore and such like that, the quarterbacks who have been the dominant personality, this is what the expectation is, they have been successful. You see what I'm saying? So you look at Tom Brady, which is not, I know he's won all the championships, but here, Tom did not have the strongest arm. Tom was not athletic at all. But I'm going to tell you this right now, though. If you go watch some of those behind-the-scenes things from Tom in practice and shit like that, he got to the point where, hey, bro, if you drop this ball, hey, I'm not throwing this shit back to you again. I don't give a shit who you are. And Tom will tell you that. You can't just be the guy there who's going to be like the team, I'm the corporate guy. And that's what I get from Dak. He's like I'm going to say the right thing type. But if he doesn't galvanize everybody on the team. He says the right thing. He wears a nice suit, but that ain't it for me. Go ahead. What you got?
Tag me in on this one.
Yeah, you tagged in. You good.
So I definitely hear you on the fact of certain things about that.
Right.
But Dak ain't the problem.
Oh no, I want to make that clear.
CeeDee Lamb ain't the problem.
Nope.
Micah Parsons, besides him talking too much, he ain't the problem.
Yeah.
It's a Jerry Jones.
It's still Jerry
management problem.
Yeah,
and that's because it's just him.
Yeah,
there's nobody to answer to. There's no conversation that's going on. There's nothing. And this is the resemblance of how they wasted the years of who else?
Yeah.
Of who else?
You're talking
Who was that?
about
Who was the
Tony?
quarterback before?
Yeah,
Tony?
Tony Romo.
They
Yeah.
should have won a chip with Tony.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, they should have won a chip with him. They had the players similar, same exact way.
Yeah.
But they didn't pull the trigger on certain things. And he's putting coaches that he can put in there and use as puppets. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of people that can really work well with the players that are out there. He didn't pull the trigger this last all season. It was handed to him for Derrick Henry. Handed to him.
Literally.
He said
you know what he
publicly
said?
he wanted to play for them.
You know what he said?
In Texas.
You know what he said?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
And he has a house in Texas. People are talking about,
Down
they
the
didn't
street.
have. They were saying he didn't have the money to go for
That's
them to
what
pay
he
him.
said.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. The tax situation in Texas is different. So you didn't even have to match what Baltimore did. Imagine if Derrick Henry was there. I'm glad he's not. But imagine if he was there.
It wouldn't make a difference.
Come on. But these are the type of things, the situations. Remember when they let old boy go?
Cooper?
Wide receiver. Yeah. What
Yep.
the hell was that? These are management decisions. He needs to really hand down reins and let his son do what his son is supposed to be there for. Some of the decisions, his son had to get in the way and get in his ear, but it's like he's not even listening right now.
Yeah.
He's not even listening at all. So I'm not here to stick up for Dallas in any type of way. Trust me. I'm glad of the things that he's doing.
Because I can't stand
time. I'm just sitting there and I was like, yo, this is resemblance of the whole Tony Romo era. You got somebody there. You got a receiver. You got a quarterback. You got a defense. You got a line. You know what I mean? You messed up on your decisions of running back. But the things are there. But you wasted that time. And now the biggest part is then you made bad management decisions on money. When you wait to the end of a contract of somebody that you're definitely going to keep there anyway, specifically at the quarterback position, now you're paying what the rate is now instead of what you could have paid back then.
Mm-hmm.
Today's money is not yesterday's money. It's not. So that's the situation he's falling into. Is he going to do the same thing with Parsons? Is he going to wait to the very end and then pay him? And then the number keeps on ticking up and that budget keeps on getting bigger. So these are the type of things that I'm like, if you know that you're going to lock in these people, lock them in. He's at fault, bro.
Yeah.
He is at fault.
I'm with you on that one, man. It's one of those situations where you can't be bigger than the brand, and the brand ain't even the Cowboys. The brand is Jerry Jones. The Cowboys is like the second tier to that. So I'm with that, and no one's, and it's so crazy because no one's willing to, and I understand they're not willing to buck the system. Like, hey, man, we're gonna win in spite of our owner. But it's so crazy, man. Like you can become a Cowboys player and become one of the biggest stars currently. But then once it's over for you. Like it's their window is damn near shut because they're going to be cap casualties everywhere. The team is going to be, barren of important positions. They don't have a defensive line at all. Their corners are hanging on by a thread. I don't know none of their linebackers. Running back, I don't remember seeing a running back room this bad in Dallas in years. Like they look, you had Tony Pollard, and a good thing with him and Zeke at the time, and they just split that shit up. And Tony Pollard proved that he couldn't be a single back, but he's still, serviceable. And then you come in and bring in, it's just weird. And again, you miss out on Derrick Henry. Never about the goddamn Cowboys, because at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. Let's talk about these guys.
Good segue.
He's doing what out of this bitch? So the couple of teams there before we go into our picks. Couple of teams here that we want to see if we let the real ones really stand up. Some on-3 teams that are they really surprising on this year? We'll see. We got the Bengals, Jaguars, and Titans. Anybody surprised that these teams are 0-3? I know everybody is on Joe Burrow and those guys, but if you guys watched the Cincinnati Bengals defense last year, they are ass. they are ass. They are ass this year. They got some good players in key positions, but the defense is ass. 3-0 teams, though. Any surprising teams here? You got Vikings, Steelers, Bills, Seahawks, Chiefs.
I mean, yeah, I think everybody except the Chiefs, to be honest with you. Maybe even the Bills, because I mean, the Vikings, especially after their, I mean, not that I thought McCarthy was the answer, not yet. But everybody thought Sam Darnold was gonna be a killer like he is. And then I'm actually happy for the Steelers with them having 2 black quarterbacks, and even most importantly, that is Justin Fields as leading at the helm. Because again, he just goes to show that it wasn't him. Yeah, he's not throwing the ball 300 yards, but again, they knew that he was, and I said this before, they knew that he had that type of talent where they was like, yo, I got to get him on the field. You know what I'm saying? So they doing what they do, and the Steelers always got a defense, so they're gonna find a way. The Bills, I'm a little shocked with the Bills, but not too much. But I'm a little shocked because you got Josh Allen. Like, yeah, Josh Allen, he's good during the regular season. It's the playoffs where he gets a little shaky. But and people might have been a little weary about their wide receiver core after all of them people left. But Shakir, he was emerging last year. Kincaid is a safety net. And and then they also have the young boy and
Florida State,
Keon. But there's another guy like Keon is like the fourth option. I can't think of the other guy's name, but it's another guy on there that's doing this thing. Seahawks, I'm a little shocked with. But they're not a bad team. I'm just a little shocked. And then the Chiefs, I ain't shocked with them. The Chiefs is doing Chief things.
I like it. I'm not shocked by the Seahawks. The Mike McDonald is a hell of a coach. He is a hell of a coach, and sometimes you just need the right person in the building to make the most of the players that you got. Mike McDonald was the former defensive coordinator in Baltimore, and if you've been watching the Baltimore Ravens defense these last few weeks, they don't look too good. So Mike McDonald goes in. The offense wasn't the issue in Seattle. It was the defense, and they had some good players. They just were young. He tightened them up, bro, and they look really, really good. Geno, he has had a career resurgence out in Seattle, so I'm very, very happy for him out there. DK, all those guys out there. The Bills right now, Josh Allen is in his prime. He's in his prime, bro. He's going to do everything he can to put that team over the top. And he, it's still the don't do that one Josh Allen thing that can prevent you guys from winning, but he's a monster, man. The Steelers are the Steelers, bro. They just needed a fucking quarterback. They needed a quarterback who was going to be a little bit better than average, and Justin Fields is showing to be better than that. The Vikings, I think the Vikings, I'm not surprised by the 3-0 Vikings because the Vikings have been good every year. What they have, you don't see a lot of the Vikings because, they're up in Minnesota. You don't see a lot of their games unless it's like a nationally televised one or something like that. They have a solid offense, bro. Their offense is great, and their offensive coordinator is, they have arguably the best receiver in the league with Justin Jefferson. It wasn't Kirk just happened to get injured, and he just wanted more money. So otherwise, Kirk Cousins would have still been there. And the Chiefs are surprising because they be winning. You be like, how? Teams have the opportunity to knock the Chiefs off, and then the team fuck up. That's the one I think is surprising at 3-0. To be perfectly honest, out of everybody, is the Chiefs. But what you got, Dave?
Chiefs can't surprise me no more because I will never doubt them ever again as long as Mahomes is there. After what they did last year, they just can't surprise me. Yeah. Let me ask y'all a question, especially with how the Bills are performing. Is Stephon Diggs the new version of Antonio Brown?
He's close. He's getting close to that.
And y'all get what I mean by that, right?
Yeah.
Very good receiver.
Yeah.
But it seems like, if you're running into the same situation everywhere you go, they always tell you it's not the situation. It's you. You're the common denominator.
Yeah.
That's just across the board business-wise. everywhere he goes, while he can put up the numbers, it just seems like he's that gnawing problem. Hell, they even showed the thing on the Texans sideline already.
Yep.
When he's like, yo, get me this on. And I'm like, bruh, you came into a situation where they don't need you.
Right.
It's good to have you.
Right.
But they don't need you. And if you heard, see, George? And if you heard even Josh Allen's comments after the other week, when he sat back and was basically he was telling you it's fun to play the game now.
Yep.
That's
exactly.
why we're performing so well.
Yeah.
Who you think he's talking about?
Yeah.
What's different from these other years to this year? He's gone. So while you can put up these numbers, if you are a headache, if you constantly keep the morale down, if it's a constant where, especially at the quarterback position, I'm demanded to always look your way, as if we don't have other people on this field that can contribute, you're hurting the team more than you're helping. And maybe this is the thing that gets them over the hump. Maybe the whole time he was actually the problem. And I hope it doesn't happen to the Texans because I like CJ and all them and Nico and all them down there. I like their coach and I love what they're doing down there and what they're building. But we'll see. We'll see because he's not the main guy down there either.
You think Stephon Diggs wearing a Black King t-shirt?
Listen, if I see him take off his shirt and go run off that field, I'm going to tell them real quick.
All of a sudden, keep your head up, Black King. Fix your crowd. Hey, you're the fucking problem. What are you talking about?
You better hope not, George. You better hope not. I seen him talk, but he actually came out and put himself right back in place.
He did.
And said like he was the problem. So, I'm definitely not speaking up for no Dallas Cowboys, but CeeDee Lamb can be that guy. Just stay in your spot. Stay where you need to be.
I'm just saying, I wanted to say, you guys, the moral of this show today. Don't start showing us your highs, and then as soon as things start falling apart, you start ending up being the Black King and fixing your crown and shit. Sis, nah, fix your problem. Fix your problem. This is football. Let's get. Hey, before we get into our picks, man, the fellas got some.
Hell yeah. Let's go, Earl.
Let's go. And hey, maybe it should load. My bad. Let's go. You're actually supposed to say he put something on it. So graphic is the other graphic in there. I didn't delete the other graphic, so I'm feeling some type of way right now. So I want to get
you good.
What you guys got, man?
You got something for him, Earl? Well, look. So this right here is the put something on the segment where we share a couple of bets that we have out there that we think people should take, whether you're using FanDuel or DraftKings or whatever it is, MGM, all those different type of ones. Us personally, we love FanDuel the most. But none of these platforms pay us, so use any of them.
There you go.
So when we're pointing these things out,
but I'm a FanDuel advocate.
Yeah, definitely.
So FanDuel, I love you.
So there's a couple things out there. Let's talk about these first games. So for me, I know just by the way that Andy Dalton came out there and performed, don't be fooled by it. It's still Panthers. So just watch yourself. Don't fall for the trap. But they are going up against the Bengals and that defense, as Shawn just put out there. So if you are going to take them, the main thing that's going to pay you out is him throwing at least 200 plus yards.
Right.
So that's going to be the main thing on Andy Dalton. I think the other people to pay attention to are the regular ones from the Bengals, of course, Burrow, Chase, Higgins. I think Chase is going to give you over 50 today. I think he's definitely going to do that. And honestly, I think Burrow is going to come out and throw for more than 225 yards. So that'll be my thing there. Another one to look at if we move to that Jets game. Of course, Rodgers going over 200 against that Broncos defense. I'm giving him that. Breece Hall, I would take, and if you're on FanDuel, one of the things I really like are the mixed bets, the mixed props. So now they have the mix with the rushing yards and receiving yards. Breece Hall is a beast to take on that every single week. So I got him for 50 yards rushing and receiving combined. Kirk Cousins. You know, he's Mr. Statistician himself before Gary. So stats guy for Kirk Cousins. I think he's going to give you easily 175 against the Saints. Bijan's another one with that mixed stat. Bijan, I think, is going to give you rushing and receiving at least 50. And the last one will be Kamara. On that one, I would actually take 70 and up for Kamara for rushing and receiving. I have bets all together. So on this one, I put down a 13 leg. This 13 leg on the $10 bet pay out a little bit over 140. So that's on FanDuel. What you got for him, Earl?
What's going on? I was trying to write them down real quick. All right, so I'm not. No, I mean the ones that I did my bets already, but I was trying.
Okay, go ahead.
So this one I'm not giving you alternate. I'm giving y'all just the ones that they already have like predetermined.
Gotcha.
So for the Bengals game, I'm giving you Chase is 71.5 receiving yards. He's playing the Panthers, so he's gonna get that. He had his breakout game last week, best game of this season, and I think that's going to continue this week. In that Jets game, believe it or not, I'm taking Allen Lazard at 30.5 receiving yards. Allen don't get as many receptions, but he gets a lot of big play, like big yardage plays. Like that's one of A-Rod's favorite targets. So I'm taking that 30.5. If we switch over to Atlanta, so here's one that I really like. And if you notice, I'm not really messing with QBs. There's a reason for that. I'm not messing with them too much. But I'm taking Rashid Shaheed. I'm taking him at 46.5. He had a horrible game last week, but he was averaging 50 a game. So I'm taking him at 46. You know what I'm saying? I'm also gonna take Ray at 30.5. I'm taking him with that 30.5, and I'm taking Mooney at 40.5. All right.
Oh no. Okay.
And then if I throw one more in there on straight bets, I'm gonna go to that Vikings game, and then I'm going to take Jalen Naylor at 16.5.
Hey, real quick, I know you're not going with quarterbacks, but my for sure right on for quarterbacks is Stafford over 200 against Chicago. That's my for sure right on. He just finds a way, bro. Yeah, people could be hurt out there. He just figures it out.
Bet on it.
Put something
on it. Put something on it. Put something on it.
How it's supposed to look.
Look at you working on the fly.
Yeah, on the fly. I had to do that. All right, man. Let's go get into some picks, man, for this week. Everything I know, this is what you guys come here for. Again, this is the football. This is the Hot Seat Podcast presents Football Talk Live with your boy Shawn Xavier, Earl the Storyteller. It is this. And before we do all that though, because again, on a high, and you guys missed one after
live in the moment.
Great. That was probably the best. I didn't talk about the best Monday Night Football game that I have watched for Washington in 20 plus years. Typically I shy away from the primetime games for the Commanders because we get our asses torched every time. I still remember when Mike Vick was in Philadelphia, first play of the game, he dropped back, play action, and threw a 80-plus yard bomb to Deshaun Jackson. And I'm like, and that game ended up being something like 56-20 or some shit. And then, of course, we've had plenty of primetime games, a couple of them where we've been in person when the Giants were actually in the playoffs. And then Washington was like, no, we don't want it. Giants like, no, take it. No, you don't want it. And then Kirk was there. Again, that old Kirk threw an interception. We've just gotten embarrassed. And now if nothing else, you see that there is a complete change in what's in Washington. It's still early, but the fact that that somebody lost money somewhere or somebody made money because everybody was on the Bengals for this game because it should have been a revenge game for the Bengals. But again, the Bengals defense is ass. But I think they undersold the Commanders offense. Yes, I know the week prior that they did not score a touchdown, but what you fail to realize is they also did not punt either. So yeah, they kicked 7 field goals against the Giants, but they also did not punt. They held that. I know the Giants has held that ball against the Cowboys for like 35 minutes. I believe the Commanders in that game was longer than that. So you're keeping the ball. You got a lot more opportunities. They're converting on third down. And then the young man, Jaden Daniels, just stood in there and made some clutch throws with Scary Terry finally having the game that everybody thought he could.
That was a hell of a throw.
Yeah, throw and catch.
You know what throw I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. That last, he got hit straight in the mouth. And a better corner, I feel like, may have tipped it, intercepted it, but no, it was just such good ball placement. And then now, if you guys haven't seen, he's made that same pass going back to LSU. It's one that deep ball, his deep ball accuracy has been something that they talked about. It's just the size and him being able to stay healthy during the season has been the concern. But him being an accurate pocket passer and everything else is great. Everybody get off of the whole comparison to Lamar Jackson. If they look here, I've learned that comparison is the ultimate thief of joy. Let that young man be great at what he's doing. And everybody who slept on him, even then, I didn't want to pick Jaden Daniels either because I thought they needed other aspects of the team. I'm happy with it. Our defense is ass though. The defense is horrible. Thank you, Ron Rivera. Thank you for being the guy that you are. But a great Monday night game, man, to say the least. Shout out to you, Kales, because I couldn't talk shit at the end of the game, so I'm feeling good. Let's get into some picks, man. That was my whole gist today. Where's our music? Give me my theme music, like Deion said.
Hold on, where those standings at?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What the hell we doing?
You're right. You're right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I will skip.
I know why you didn't want to show them, but goddamn.
I just want to let you know that there was a typo.
Hold on, one quick.
No, hold on. There's a typo.
Yes.
Sean put Earl. It was supposed to be Shawn that was 5-11.
What did I put in there?
You put Earl.
My bad, bro.
I was 11-5. So
you're right.
Now, let's go over a couple of things because he put me at the bottom of the overall too. So yeah, I see why he didn't want to. Let's go over the joints. Between us three, Earl for last week went 11-5. Hell of a week once again.
Thank you.
And overall, he's 31-18.
Thank you.
Last week I went 9-7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 25-24.
Right.
I don't know what that said.
I don't know what happened.
Sean went 5-11. That's why he didn't want to put this joint up there.
You gotta put my name up.
Why, man?
I forgot. He went 5-11 last week. His overall is 23-26.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, out of our listener breakdown, Jay went 10-6 last week. Good job, Jay, on the double digits.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, he's leading that camp with 28-21. Gary went 9-7, just like me, and he's 24-25 overall. And Malik went 7-9. He was the low ball for that week, and he's 23-26. So that's the stat breakdown. Whenever you see it's messed up, it's because Shawn don't want to show.
That's not true.
Them damn things.
I see what I'm looking at it right now. It had Earl up here twice. So it had Earl at 11-5, then it had Earl again at 5-11. For some reason, it didn't save in the graphic. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't. Yeah, so it does have you showing 11-5 last week, Earl, but it shows 5-11 again. So my name's not up there. Weird. My bad, man.
That's weird because I'm looking at the sets.
Yeah. We have a better. Which is weird because like I'm looking at the graphic, I'm like, it didn't save. I've been having issues. Yeah. Oh my God. Let's get some
If he was 11 and
man.
5, we showing that joint at the beginning.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been no discrepancy.
Oh my God. The Saints, who let me down last week. You let me down, Shrek. You had that game against the Philadelphia Eagles last week. I don't know what the hell they decided to do. They're going up against the Falcons this week, NFC South showdown. The defense in New Orleans is good. But I think the offense in Atlanta is better. So I'm going to go with Atlanta on this one.
Gonna go with the Saints.
Saints for Earl. Whew. I'm going with the Saints.
Hey, give me one back. I need to pick up some ground. I want to go too far back.
Okay.
Got Gary on the Saints.
All right,
let's go in here. 0-3 Bengals at the 1-2 Panthers. Oh no, I haven't seen that. This is a revenge game. You got Andy Dalton going against his former employer, the Cincinnati Bengals. You got Joe Burrow trying to get off the schneid and not go 0-4 against this Panther squad. I think this week the Bengals actually do get their first win. If they don't, then there's a serious problem in Cincinnati. Jamar Chase gonna lose his goddamn mind. And
got the Bengals.
This is T. Higgins last season too, because they're not gonna re-sign him. Yeah, they got a lot going on in Cincinnati.
Oh, I see you, Gary.
So, going with the Panthers. All right.
Where you at, Earl?
The Bengals gonna get their first win.
Let me tell you something about the Panthers right now. I called Dave. Remember doing last week? I said, "Hey, I think the Panthers gonna win this week. I'm going to put some money on the Panthers." And I said it on the broadcast. After the game is over, I go look in there to see what I came up with. I didn't even hit submit. Somehow I didn't hit place bet. Like I got there, I put the money on the Panthers, but I forgot to hit place bet. So I'm just missed out last week. I called Dave. I said, "Bro, you would not believe what?" Because Jay was like, "Yeah, did you win?" I was like, "Let me see." I did not place bet.
Gotta hit submit.
Yeah, man. Gosh, mighty man. God. We got the Rams at the Bears. I don't know what to make of this game. I know the Rams have a lot of injuries, but they keep finding receivers that I don't even know their name.
Exactly.
You talking about coaching? That is coaching. Puka's down. What's the other receiver? The light skinned cat who's actually white. But you know what I'm talking about. What's the other
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. I think he's down too.
Yeah.
I don't know who their running back is. I know Matthew Stafford is
Kyron Williams.
You know Kyron.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Kyrons are good.
No, besides that though, but the Rams keep surprising us, even though they are 1-2, and the Bears are what I thought they would be, and everybody else thought not. Going back to they say, hey, the more stable situation is gonna be in Chicago. I'm like, since when? Since you just put a bunch of people on paper? They're still the Chicago Bears. And they still got the same coach that they should have fired last year. And Justin Fields is showing you that it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his. And Caleb, I think Caleb is going to be good. But like I said, they're going to fuck around and ruin him in Chicago. And in that case, I'm going with the Rams.
I guess so after that breakdown. God damn. You definitely weren't going with the Bears.
No.
Girl.
I will go with the Rams.
True. Please help.
Earl going with the Rams. I gotta catch Earl. I'm going with the Bears. It is what it is. Hey, I told you Stafford's gonna put up 225, so I believe he's gonna do what he do.
It's surprising to some 3-0 Vikings at the Packers. It's surprising 2-1 because I clearly said that I thought the Packers were going to lose some games after what's name went out. But Malik Willis, man, again, coaching. That coaching. All these guys, whether it's Matt LaFleur in Green Bay, it's the coach in Minnesota, I forget his name off the top, but he's from the Shanahan tree. To a lesser extent, Mike McDaniel down in Miami. These guys know how to coach guys up to play. In this game, though, I think it's going to be the Vikings, man. I think they got a lot of firepower out there.
I got the Vikings.
I have the Packers.
All right,
Get their first loss today. They're
Sam
not
Darnold.
going in. They're not going in.
Turn back into a pumpkin. Is that what you're saying?
They're not going in the Lambeau. they gonna cut this shit out.
It's still it ain't cold yet. It ain't cold yet. So
Don't matter. They ain't going in the Lambeau. Bugging out.
I appreciate you, Jay. I appreciate them and Miami. I'm feeling good these days, boy. This might be the best I felt in a long time. I swear.
You're talking about Miami College.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
You're talking to Jay. You're talking to Jay. So you gotta.
I know. I know. Jay, send your pics over in the chat for the other well.
And Gary on his job.
We got the Jaguars at the Texans. Bruh. You're talking about somebody who's about to get fired because his quarterback is playing like ass, and they can't fire the quarterback because they just paid him all that money, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's
it's rough, bro.
Well,
pumpkin.
He's in the same boat as Daniel Jones. Like, he ain't that guy.
But he had better film than Daniel Jones, though.
Like, he do, but he still ain't that guy.
He definitely did.
He's supposed to be
Clemson.
Yeah, man, and
he still ain't that guy though.
And he makes fantastic, unworldly plays, but then he does like some of the dumbest shit. Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? And then they do that thing where they interview him, and the first thing you want to do, and it's nothing against it, but they instead of you owning up to the things you've done, the first thing they say, well, first, man, I want to give honor to God to allow me to play this game. God wants you to play better. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I got the Texans in this game. Jeez.
I got the Texans. Jay, you went 10-6 last week. You're 28-21 overall, so you're number one out of the listeners' standings.
I appreciate your allegiance there, Gary. Yeah, because they still gonna lose this game. They lose this game.
He said, can't see him losing at 9 straight. You could see him losing 8, 7, 6.
Sir, how can you not see him losing 9 straight? You are a Detroit Lions fan. You saw them lose 16 straight. What do you mean he can't lose 9?
Wow. You went both his teams. I wasn't even doing that.
I'm just saying, I'm on it today, buddy. I've been up since yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I've been up all night.
I'm Texans. You guys were all Texans?
Yeah, I'm Texans too. Yeah. Right. Steelers at Colts. Mike Tomlin, again, I apologize for my insolence. I got the Steelers, bro.
Now you want to come on over home to 3-5-7-5?
Hold on, man. Hold on.
I'm still
always home. I'm always home.
You from Northern VA? You from Northern VA this week?
Shut your fucking mouth. I am not.
Northern VA.
Regards, Newport News, Virginia. 913.
They don't know you this week.
That's it.
How you couldn't get behind that black man? I don't understand, yo. I don't understand.
I saw a game that the Chargers
talking about.
Yeah,
Commander Chief.
Oh, man.
Commander Cheesehead.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I had fondue.
Commander Cheesehead Giant. The Giant Commander.
Yeah, for real.
I was a cheesehead yesterday. I went to the melting pot. It was great. So I was fondue and everything. Goddamn thing. I love it.
You got to throw the third one in there, Gary.
I just love it.
I'm staying with my 7-5 Divine 9 brethren. I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Got you.
Yeah, man, I got the Steelers, bro. TJ Watt is a fucking animal, bro. Like, how you just be like, hey, man, this is a game I'm gonna wreck the game by myself.
He been an animal. That's why I don't know why you ain't pick him.
AC life.
I love it.
And stay away from the masseuses.
Bro,
hey, what up, Blue?
Yeah. Broncos at Jets, man. This is a difficult game to pick. I don't know if last week was an outlier or if that's really the Broncos that we're going to see going forward. Because Jets, I don't know.
Ain't difficult for me. You can put
real
me down.
Quick, Gary, did you have the Steelers or Colts? I didn't see that in there. But go ahead.
Jets me, please.
They do. But that defense in Broncos is good as well. It's going to come down to mistakes by the rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. What's the weather look like? It's kind of rainy up there right now with y'all, Earl.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Coming up there.
Be the Jets.
I got the Jets. I got the Jets in this. Yep.
I got the Jets.
Yeah, I got the Jets.
It's raining. It's gonna be the Jets.
Yeah, I got the Jets in that. On that.
Jay, Broncos, or Jets.
Fun fact: Did y'all see the SummerSlam is coming to MetLife Stadium in 2025? I
don't
watch
wrestling.
Listen, side note: if you haven't already, make sure you go check out Mr. McMahon, the documentary breakdown.
Yes, already watched.
That thing is awesome. I couldn't stop watching it. I watched it all in one sitting.
Yeah, man,
it's amazing, especially for the old school wrestling fans like myself.
Yep.
Not so much on the new school side. It's just the business side of everything that happened.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
It's way interesting. Eagles at Buccaneers. This is a pick'em game. It's a pick'em game.
I got the Eagles.
I get the Buccaneers here, man. I got the Buccaneers. I'm not sold. I'm still not sold on the Eagles, man.
I'm gonna go Buccaneers because the Eagles got too many people out. It's just literally Saquon. So I'm going Buccaneers.
Right.
Everybody's out for the Eagles?
Everybody.
Both the receivers?
Smith is out. Brown is out.
Yep, they both out. Yeah.
Hey!
I shouldn't have told you that, but
They both out. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Nah, no take back. You already put your bet in. It's too late. It's too late.
Hold on now. I'm the one writing down the bets. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see here. I'm going Bucks. Thanks, Earl.
What we got in the chat?
Keep that to myself.
We got Bucks and Bucks. Ray and Jay. I like it. I like it. All right. Commanders.
So you got Dotson as your number.
Commanders at the Cardinals. Commanders at the Cardinals. Game scares me to death.
I think it's going to be a good game.
I think it is. I think the defenses, there won't be a lot of defense played in this game.
The hate in me wants to pick the Cardinals.
I'm going with the Commanders. I think I'm going with the Commanders. And I'm going to tell you what.
Jalen, anybody ask you? Sorry,
all right,
go ahead.
And it's not even because of that. Because you know why?
Because you're a fan.
No, right. Because the Cardinals should have had.
You a fan?
Should have had a much bigger stat line last week. All those stats were put together in that first quarter. And after that, they stopped going to him. And I'm not understanding this. Like, you have potentially one of the best receivers in the league. Why are you feet? Damn it. And then I see the kind of stuff that goes on with Kyler as well. He took him out of the game in this way. There's a lot of other storylines too. I want to Commanders.
I'm going to go Cardinals only because, like you already said, your defense isn't really that great.
I know.
And Kyler Murray extends the play.
Yes, he will.
So I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
I'm going Cardinals also.
That's what I'm talking about. Go for the other team. I need another week. Either way, I'm be crying.
You still already behind. So I mean, if I lose that, that's cool.
Dang. Right now, I'm up because I'm 2-1 and y'all are 1-2.
Oh, damn! Wow.
You pick them up, I put them down. All right, let's go. Patriots at 49ers. The Patriots are ass on offense, but their defense is good. 49ers are confusing. I don't know.
49ers.
Yeah, 49ers. Patriots are otherworldly ass.
You take the Pats. You want the Pats?
Well, take the Pats. Go ahead and continue on with your under 500 record.
I got the
weekly record.
I got the 49ers in this game. If they can just if they can easily give you like 20 points, I would go with them. But their offensive line is ass, like so bad. Jacoby Brissett got to be like, bro, I ain't signed up for this shit. I don't like it. They don't run the ball good or nothing. 49ers miss Christian McCaffrey. Chiefs at Chargers.
Yeah, he might be out for a couple months. They said after November sometime.
Yeah. Is Joe Alt? Anybody know if Joe Alt is out for this game?
That I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Is hurt. Well,
no, Herbert is playing.
He's hurt. Is what I mean. And then Derwin James got suspended for this game. I didn't like that. Some bullshit.
You could put all of them cats in.
Who you got for the Pats 49ers? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, man, I can't. How they
I got the Chiefs.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs in this one. I would love for Jim Harbaugh to prove me wrong, but I got the Chiefs.
Earl, who'd you say?
Chiefs.
All right.
A lot of the teams are confusing this year. Football is just weird right now.
Football is.
Yeah, I took Arizona, Gary.
Yeah. Not supportive of it all.
Football is weird right now.
Me and Earl took Arizona.
Football is weird right now.
Browns at Raiders. Raiders. I got the Raiders.
Shit, I don't even know.
Yeah, I got the Raiders.
I guess I'm going with the Browns.
Yeah. I'm going with the Raiders.
The Browns. Their issue is beyond Sean Watson. They the fucking Browns.
Actually, no, I'm going to go with the Raiders.
Yeah,
because you lost to the Giants.
I don't know what they.
That was your thought process.
Yeah, that's all I could get. That's all I could think of. Yeah.
Oh man!
All I know is Antonio Pierce was like, "Oh,
that was my thought process." Antonio Pierce. Yep.
He said, some guys made some business decisions, so we're going to make some business decisions going forward." And he meant that shit. I'll say that right now. He is from Compton out there. He's not fucking around. I'll tell you that right now. The Sunday night game, which should be is lining up to be a monster game, but I don't know. Bills at Ravens, Sunday night football here in Baltimore. It's probably going to be a little bit messy. And that for that reason, I'm going to go with the Bills. They seem to thrive in these type of conditions. Like they made for it.
Come on,
Ravens. I'm betting on black, so I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. They lose this game, they need to think about honestly firing John Harbaugh. It's a lot. When your offensive coordinator says, and I quote, "I wish we could have been more aggressive." He's talking about the head coach, bro. Like that's what he said. Then Lamar said it after the game, "I didn't like the way the game went. I wish he said. I wish we would have kept the pedal on the gas," which, he's from Florida, so his words a little mixed up. But in any case, he's talking about the conservative play of John Harbaugh. He's going to cost them, like I said a few weeks ago, he's going to cost them the ability to win a title.
I mean, it's the same shit.
Quick thing on them, though.
Quick
thing on them, though. Does Mark Andrews still play for them?
He's on the team.
He still plays for them.
Isaiah Likely's up there too.
Likely had a big week first week. He's still on the team, right?
1 week.
Yeah, they don't throw to the tight ends for whatever reason. I'm not.
Sean Baker's out there too. He's pretty good, actually. They don't throw to him. Yeah. They keep throwing it to the 5-10.
They throw it there.
People,
I love the Harbaugh family, but he's not changing right. He's not switching with the.
He's not
with the time.
He's not, man. He's not. He's showing his true cards. He's gonna be the reason they don't win nothing. Titans at Dolphins. Monday Night Football.
Woo. Lord.
Yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins. My man Huntley out there. He about to run it up.
And two, if y'all watch that Miami Virginia Tech game, man, it is humid as shit in Miami. What in the hell? The players like they were about to pass out.
And mark my words, I'm saying it. Huntley is gonna have the most passing yards of his career.
I agree with that.
And that ain't hard.
I agree with that.
Yeah. That's a for sure right now.
That's a for sure right now. And he playing at home?
We're
talking about he playing at home too? Yeah.
He's gonna show out.
I'll go with the Dolphins.
Yeah. Now
I think if they get in trouble, I think Tyreek Hill will just line up in Wishbone.
If they get in trouble, Huntley gonna run. Like he's gonna run too.
Here's the question though. I'm not gonna put the cart before the horse, but I'm saying if they put, I think Tua's gonna be out for at least another 3 weeks, at least, or something like that. If all of a sudden they look real good, do you just automatically switch back to Tua? Or do you ride the hot hand if Tyler Huntley, is proven to be good for them.
I think that is a bigger decision than football play, like we discussed.
Right. That part. Hey, Jay with it. Jay said Huntley the rest of the season. That's as long as he's playing well, I don't see why you wouldn't do that. And then revisit the other stuff later.
What if the Dolphins struggled enough? Not to put this out there for you, Jay, but it's a good thing at the end of the day. What if the Dolphins struggle enough where they can get Travis Hunter?
Ain't that a bitch?
Or Shador.
Stop watching football.
So throw up the Tyreek and Waddle. Oh my god.
I hate everything.
Cut your mic up for a little bit, bro.
Oh my god. It just ran through my mind when I'm thinking about
First of all, I don't even know. Do they even have picks?
I don't know.
I don't know, Jay.
They should have something. This is the other thing, NFL.
First round picks?
Why y'all doing these undercard ass Monday night games? Because this Dolphins Titan game ain't gonna be a good game. Let's not go past that point. This is not gonna be good. Like that game last week with Buffalo and the Jags. That shit was over after the first 2 quarters. It's like, Jesus Christ. So like, not really.
Yeah, potty mouth this morning.
Hey man, feeling good about things. The main attraction, the Monday night 8:15 game with the A team of telecast and broadcasters. 3-0 Seahawks at the 2-1 Lions indoors. This is going to be a good game. I am going with Gino on this.
Going with the Lions, they are at home.
Ooh.
I like it. What we got in the chat, guys? What we got in the chat?
You know what Gary got. We ain't got to say
it. Thursday night football game going into week 5. Buccaneers at Falcons. That's a tough stretch. You got back-to-back divisional games, Falcons.
I got the Falcons getting this one.
I got the Falcons there as well.
Same.
We got the Falcons. I'm with you. This is good to see. I would say this, will be very honest. It's good to see like the legacy teams actually being or looking good so far. Detroit for the last few years, which was great for the team. You got the Raiders kind of coming back a little bit. Washington, we don't know where we're gonna be, but it looks good. It's good for the NFL. And Dallas, it's kind of weird because now they're going down. I hate, if anything, I would love for our division to get back to the NFC Beast. But we may be a few years away from that before we even get to that aspect. But it's on the way. That is our picks for this week, guys. All right.
Hey, real quick.
Yep.
Before we end out, I know everybody's gonna sit back and watch some football. If you need some food, this company's not paying us, but just to put out there because for a good cause. Jersey Mike's is donating 20% of their sales to breast cancer research today. So if you don't have anything to eat, go Jersey Mike's. Put 20% towards breast cancer research.
I like it. That chicken Philly that they got is smack.
Yeah, the grilled chicken. Yeah, the Big Kahuna.
Listen, yeah.
I ain't been to Jersey Mike's in a minute. That might be.
Oh, that's a problem.
I know.
No,
you know why? Because I have been getting away from like the turkey meat, specifically boar's head, because I don't know if you heard. It's been
yeah.
So I've been scared of all that.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I got time for it.
Our pork shoulder's not boar's head, by the way. It is nice grass-fed pork. There we go.
Gary, I'll hit up Malik to try to get his picks, unless you already have them.
Nigga in every sense of the word.
I mean,
every syllable and every vowel and consonant. That's what you are.
Why you got to be like that, man? Like,
why you got to be like that?
Why you got to be like that, though? You're so mean to me sometimes.
You are a nigga. Lord have
they
mercy.
don't
So
touch the outside.
they ain't even touched the outside.
No, they touch the carpet. That's it.
Lord have mercy.
They touch the carpet.
Lord have
And
mercy.
I just bought these dope loafers. Though you got to see these are smack.
They Pumas.
Yeah, they are Pumas.
How much was it?
Not that much. You want much? Yeah, it's
5.
I don't know.
And they was on sale.
You know. Yo, man, this football talk live. Enjoy your Sunday, guys. We appreciate you, man. See you next week. Go Commanders. Oh yeah.